Well, tonight is the biggest night in the Blue Jays season so far. Today was bigger than baseball. The Blue Jays taking a number of steps to help amplify Indigenous voices and the voices lost within the residential school system and the country's first Truth and Reconciliation Day. Both inside and outside of the Rogers Center, there now is a permanent land acknowledgement.
Anishinaabemowin means all my relations. And what we're really saying is that we are all related.
Philip Cote wrote the land acknowledgement and designed the artwork that is displayed at one of the busiest gate entrances to the Rogers Center that was installed this week.
The painting is about the Turtle Island and all the clan animals that were part of our culture. And part of our culture that organized our communities and kept our communities whole and safe and put people in the roles that they were meant to be in. So each animal had a certain attribute that allowed clan members of that to take part in certain activities in our society. Colors even are very important because the colors are the 7 grandfather colors. Each grandfather has a color.
Cote believes the artwork and land acknowledgement is an educational moment for so many Canadians, but also a monumental moment for representation for Indigenous people in the country.
We're looking at now transformation. Even though it's on one pillar, well, you know, that's the beginning of how big things get started, from small measures. And I think this is a really important small measure that lets Indigenous people know that they're being thought of and that they're being represented finally.
Truth and Reconciliation Day is a day where so many Indigenous people will have their voices heard for the first time. And when the national anthems are sung before the game at the Rogers Center, it will be sung for the first time in English, French, and in Anishinaabemowin.
It is an honor to be singing the Canadian anthem in English, French, in Anishinaabemowin. And it's the first National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, and I'm just so happy to be here and so grateful for this opportunity.
Cote says the first National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is a start to rewriting history to accurately represent Canada's history, but also at the same time is a moment for healing and inclusion.
We're celebrating the Truth and Reconciliation Day, but we're also in mourning for the children that were lost in the residential schools and their survivors too.
Before the opening pitch, the Blue Jays will be holding a moment of silence for victims and survivors of the residential school system, and the announcer will also read a verbal land acknowledgement.